just whenever I'm ready. Okay, right. Hi there, I am Melissa Lesniak. I have been a parishioner at St. Francis of Assisi for 37 years, as long as I've been alive. I was baptized in 1984 with Father McGreed, and I've been a member of the parish ever since. I also have 4 kiddos, and they were all baptized at St. Francis as well. Jacob is a 6th grader, Katie is a 4th grader, Mary is a 2nd grader, just made her first communion, and James is a kindergartner. Jeremy and I were also married at St. Francis, and we've been married since '07. I can't do the math at the moment, so I am actually an only child, and growing up I didn't have any brothers or sisters, and of course my parents were a great example for me, but I didn't have the very best home life ever. When I was 6, my parents were divorced, and it was a little bit rocky in my childhood. So I would say that I didn't always have this perfect family image to look back on, and that's why I feel like St. Joseph for me is so important, and the Holy Family, because I didn't always have that constant example. I really looked to them to show me what my family life should look like. Just in terms of family and the beautiful grace that it is to be a mother, first and foremost, every day I give gratitude and I give thanks to God that He chose me to be the mother of these 4 kids. It's such a blessing. Even in the hardest days, I can go to bed and think, I am blessed. It's not easy, but it's worth it. And St. Joseph, in his role in our family, we pray to him and treat him like a true guardian of our family. Just like in marriage, when I was thinking about who I was going to marry, and even meeting Jeremy, did he fit the bill of St. Joseph? Would he help me form a family that would be similar to the Holy Family? Those were all thoughts that came into my head. I read in the Consecration book, something that really stuck out to me was that my husband would be courageous and would be compassionate and gentle, all those qualities that St. Joseph has. And I would say that those are all true in my husband. He is a beautiful example, just like St. Joseph, of true fatherhood and true manhood, and that his goal for our family is to get us to heaven. And that's not always an easy path. That path to get us to heaven is truly one that he has to give so much sacrifice for. Sacrifice that I would imagine St. Joseph would also have done. I think the other thing about St. Joseph, when I was really reflecting on this, is that he gives me so much hope in our family situation, because you have Mary, and Mary is such a beautiful example, but she was born for this and ready for this, and St. Joseph to me feels more like me, a normal person who was chosen for this role. And so I find this great hope in St. Joseph that he was chosen as a everyday man to live this beautiful life full of grace and to take care of none other than God. And I think I find a lot of example in him that I can, that I live my daily life the same as St. Joseph would be. I get to hear my children laugh the same way that Joseph would have heard Jesus laugh, and have those intimate moments that only St. Joseph would have known about in the Holy Family, in the same way that I have that with my family. And he did it with God. Not having any brothers or sisters, and not really being around children much as a child or an adult in my adult years, when I found out I was pregnant with our first one, so Jeremy and I were married in May of 2007 and found out we were pregnant in August of 2007, and I was scared to death. I thought, there is no way that I'm going to be able to do this. And Jeremy, of course, because he is so much like St. Joseph in his quiet way, in this steady way, he came to me and looked me in the eye, and he said, you are destined for this. God chose you to be the mother of this child. And I remember thinking that rock, that right then in that example, that he was such a rock, because he could see my nervousness and my anxiety, and he stopped then and looked me right in the eye and just said, you were made for this. And he had this huge smile on his face, and it was like he had been waiting for God to gift him that moment of fatherhood for his whole life. And then it finally got it. Like, he's going to be a father, and his joy was so great that his joy overshadowed all the fear that I had. And we rejoiced together at this great moment. We just have this beautiful agreement between us of how this masculine and feminine works for us, to be able to really just let him lead and let me be heart. We both take on those responsibilities in different ways, and in different times they can flip-flop and swap. But really, to be the heart of our home and let him be our leader is really a beautiful part of our married life together.